questions, and then we'll translate the question and answer and go from there. Who'd like to start? Jason.
Thanks to you both for speaking with us. Rose, congrats on the goals. I wanted to ask you about what you saw on the second goal. What were you looking for, and how did you feel after you saw that it had gone in?
Vas-y, réponds. réponds. En gros, il demande genre ton deuxième but, genre qu'est-ce que tu voyais, tout ça et tout, et quand t'as marqué, genre comment tu t'es senti, tout ça et tout. Oh, Rosalie. She said, I'm sorry, my English too is not perfect. So, she said for the second goal, she wanted to cross, but she was lucky. She scored and she was so happy about the goal because she knew it was the goal of the win. So she was so proud, and for her it's like, yes, big proud in front of everybody. And the point was so important for this game. So yes.
And in general, Rose, when you arrived last year, it seemed like you were this close to scoring many times, but it couldn't quite work out. This season, I think this was your seventh goal, the winner. How has that helped you? You know, getting one to go in. How has that helped you to sort of improve and break through with the Spirit?
En gros, l'année dernière, genre, tu étais proche de marquer à chaque fois, mais tu marquais pas. Alors que cette année, il a dit, je pense que tu as ton 7e but. Qu'est-ce que tu as changé? Qu'est-ce qui t'a permis de t'améliorer? Pourquoi là, cette année, tu peux finir, mais l'année dernière, genre, tu étais proche, mais tu marquais pas? Parle. parle, t'inquiète, parle.
L'année dernière, je venais d'arriver dans le championnat. Donc, je prenais le temps de m'adapter au championnat, les différents. Quand je joue, je regardais. Mais cette année, comme je me suis adaptée, donc ça fait que c'était plus facile pour moi de finir les actions, même si parfois ça rentre pas.
She says last year, when she came here, everything was new for her, so it was only the time to adaptation, for watch and have like adaptation. And now she says she work a lot, and it's her second year, so she feel better, and she improved, and now she's adapt about this league, and for her it's most easy than last year.
Rowie.
Okay. My question is, this is the second time this season that you have scored a late goal. Is there something that, in particular, that changes for you at the end of the match? Et je vais parler en français. C'est la deuxième fois avec un but au fin du match. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose qui change pour vous au fin du match?
Oui, il y a quelque chose qui change pour moi au fur et à mesure du match. Parce qu'on a baissé les bras, ils ont égalisé. Mais avec le temps, on a continué, on a poussé à la fin du match. Si on ne poussait pas, on n'est pas d'avoir la victoire. Donc on a poussé pour avoir la victoire. C'était très important de gagner ce match.
She said when we took a goal, she felt a little like everybody was a little down, but for her was not possible. All the time in her head, she told herself everything is possible, so she tried to push, and I think that's the difference with last year. Last year when we lost, in her mind was like, oh, it's done, but now she push until the end, and she never down.
And then what were you feeling in that moment? Comment avez-vous, dans cet moment,
Comment tu te sens
like
dans ce moment?
the second goal?
Comment tu t'es sentie dans ce moment-là quand c'est la deuxième fois que tu marques comme ça à la fin du match?
Je me sens bien heureuse pour l'équipe.
She's so happy for the team. She don't think about only herself. She think about all team, fans, all people come for watch the game. So yeah, she's so proud and so happy.
Okay, thank you. Merci.
Il fait rapide maison.
So it was kind of touching on the same thing. Just, can you just speak on like your resiliency to keep going, to keep pushing forward, keep dribbling, and scoring these late goals that are ultimately really helping the spirit push forward in the table?
Il a dit c'est à peu près, il va répéter un petit peu ce que l'autre il a dit, mais il a dit en gros qu'est-ce que tu fais, qu'est-ce que tu te dis, genre c'est quoi tes mots, ta résilience pour continuer à pousser et pas baisser les bras.
De ne rien lâcher, quelle que soit la difficulté. Hein?
Dis encore.
Pour moi, bon, je joue, je ne lâche rien. Tant que les 90 minutes ne sont pas encore arrivées, je continue à pousser. Je mets dans ma tête que le match n'est pas encore fini.
She said all the time, she watched the time, and if the game it's not done for her until the end. If the time, if the referee don't say it's end of the game, it's not done, and she can give everything until the end. It's never done if the referee don't say it's done.
And a bit of a silly question, but she has one of the fastest cards in the new FIFA game. I was wondering how she felt about that. You know, obviously we see her speed in real life. But.
Il a dit c'est une question un peu stupide, mais tu fais partie des plus rapides dans FIFA. Comment tu te sens à propos de ça? Honestly, she don't play too much to FIFA. She don't watch the score, so for her, nothing changed. She's like, yes, happy because she has the game, but she don't play too much, so.
Thank you. Merci.
Anything else? We'll take one more.
Rose, congratulations. Today was the fan appreciation day. It was a lot of people when you scored the second goal. I was crying. It was very intense, this game, and the emotion that you bring. There is something that you bring, this energy, this passion, because you were trying many times to score, and until the second half you scored, and you bring this happiness here in the Audi Field.
Elle a dit que en gros quand tu as marqué à la fin avec les fans, le monde, il y avait de l'émotion. Elle a dit elle pleurait, genre c'était trop émotif et tout ça et tout, genre. J'ai pas compris la question. J'ai pas compris la question. Dis quelque chose.
Merci.
Si just say thank you.
Oh, merci. Je ne le parle pas français. Wow. Ma coach too. Those score. Merci.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How'd it go with Rose and Kysha? Good. It was fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure apologizes for English, but it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay, we're joined by Gabby, Carle. Take questions. Who would like to start? Jason.
Gabby, thanks for speaking with us. Congrats on the win. I'm wondering, the final minutes, I'm sure you probably had about 900,000 thoughts. What were you seeing from the group that would allow for such a finish? Obviously, you created many chances during the game, but when you concede a goal that late, it can kind of cut the game off, and instead the game went the way it went. What did you see?
Yeah, I think for me initially I felt heartbroken. I was like, oh my God, we have done everything we needed to do all game, and one moment is all it takes, and they were back in. But I think it speaks to the character of this team. Just never give up. And this is Rose's second time this year just pulling something out like that, which is absolutely incredible. So thank you, Rose.
I'm wondering, in general, as you said, the game was going well. You were creating plenty of chances. It seemed like a game that was kind of contained for the most part. But there were a lot of emotions in the second half with the referee, with the fouls. I'm wondering what you saw in terms of the group sort of managing that, sometimes in a good way, channeling it to more energy, but sometimes in a way that was a little more difficult.
Yeah, I think it got a little dirty out there. To be fair, on both sides. Yeah, I think we played hard. And it's easy to get your emotions, to have your emotions get the best of you. Anyways, you get what I mean. But I think, honestly, we did a good job just like staying focused and like executing the game plan. So I don't think it threw us off at all.
Hi, Gabby. Please take us through to the last 3 minutes in the final game.
Yeah, absolute craziness, right? I think like this team is good at giving our fans heart attacks and ourselves too. I think when that goal happened, as I said, like it was really tough because we had done everything we needed to do, but then just the character to come back and be like, no, like we have done so well this game and this is not how it's going to end. And we were a team full of special people and people that are ready to step up. And I think Rose, did so big time for us today.
How important is this game like that, close to the race to the playoff?
So important. I think, we've already clinched, obviously, but for us, we want to get a home playoff game, 2 home playoff games if everything goes well. So we want to hold on to that second spot, and games like that are so important for us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for speaking with us. Congrats on the win. I just want to talk about the back line a bit. We've seen a lot of variations in the back line this season. You've been on both sides. Can you just talk about your versatility, the team's versatility, and just being able to play anywhere and still put out good defensive performances?
Yeah, and I think it comes with experience. Like throughout this season, like we've experienced with different backlines, and I think now we're reaping the benefits at the end of this season because no matter who we put on this backline, we're able to put strong performances. For me, it's a blessing, to be fair, to be able to play on the left and on the right. I enjoy it, and whatever I can do to help the team, great for me.
I had a question, but I forgot it.
Okay.
Hey, Gabby, congratulations on the win. The finish of the game, did it mirror any of like some of the other finishes that you guys had at the end of last season?
Did it? Yeah, it was exactly that. Getting scored on late, maybe not that late, but getting scored on late and then just immediately like answering. So I think last year's strong emotions and like craziness that we went through, I think set us up nicely for this year.
And the other question I have is you guys played midweek against Gotham in the CONCACAF Championship. How important is team rotation going into this final stretch of the season, not only just thinking about international play, but heading into the playoffs?
So important. I think we're so lucky to have such a talented team that's able to just put out performances no matter who's on the field. And for us, we want to compete and do well in the CONCACAF, and we want to obviously do well in regular season and championship. So super important for us.
Thank you.
Right.
Going off that last point about comparing it to last year, how does today's finish compare to some of the other dramatic ones that you've been part of with this team the last couple of years?
I mean, very comparable, insane. I think the only difference is like last year, they're do or die games. If you don't score, you're out. Obviously, not this one, but the fact that we're still doing this when we actually we were tied. There's nothing like that. It's gonna be okay, But just the grit to be like, no, like we expect more out of each other and out of this team, and we're gonna put out this result for the fans and for us.
And then it seemed like there was a shot there in the second half that you took that ended up in Kaylin's hands. I have to ask because I know defender goals are still pretty rare here. Were you going for goal there, or were you just?
Oh
hoping?
yeah, I mean yes, didn't work, but yes, the intent was to go for goal.
Yeah, no, I guess just following up on that, like, what were the emotions afterward, like having taken a shot, having had a chance on goal, like. How does it feel? Or how do you adjust back to I have to go be a defender again?
Well, it's just regular life for me, honestly. Just taking a shot and it not going in. That's just how it is. And I mean, to be fair, for a lot of people too, you take a lot of shots and they don't go in. I think it's just the reality. You kind of adapt afterwards. It's easy for me to go back to my job.
Gabby, congratulations. Today we're having a nice weather. It was 75 degrees Fahrenheit. All of the fans were here and they were celebrating with you in the second goal. It was very, like you say, we almost having a heart attack. And what can you say to the fans that today came here celebrating fan? You make the Fan Appreciation Day. Washington Spirit did that for them. So what can you say to them?
I mean, simply thank you. This team wouldn't be who we are without our fans. They're so important to us, and we're so grateful to them to show up every game, and they support us every single game. We can hear them, they cheer so loud, and it makes a difference.
Jason.
Gabby, I was curious about playing San Diego, the way that they approach the game. They love to have, I think it was 5 or 6 games in a row where 60% possession or higher. Obviously, that poses a different challenge for you than a typical NWSL game is a little more transitional. How do you think the group dealt with it? It seemed like you were able to still create chances even without having as much of the ball as you normally would.
Yeah, I think we were really dangerous in transition because they had a lot of numbers forward from having the ball a lot. So the second we would regain, we were very dangerous in transition. The only thing is when this happens, it becomes so transitional, so tiring. And I think at some point we also want to have the possession. And I think in the second half, you could see that a little bit more calm, a little bit more possession. Yeah.
And then a last one on Deb becoming now right back out of many other positions. Maybe if you could fill us in on how difficult that would be to sort of, maybe you haven't had to transition to fullback as recently, but what is she taking on? What is she having to figure out kind of on the fly here in the last couple of weeks?
I mean, Deb is incredible to me. I think she's such a special player. Going from the midfield where it's a 360 kind of view, you have but you also have a lot of options, a lot of opportunities. I think once you get to the side, you cut your vision to 180. It's a complete different thing. You don't have as many options. I think it's just a completely different way to play, honestly. But I think the way we had her play, we had her go in a lot. I think that's really important to us, that versatility, because then you have players that play at certain positions, but then in the run of play end up somewhere else, and that's very confusing to the other team. Yeah.
Last one, we'll go to Andre.
Thanks for speaking with us, Gabby, and congrats on the win. Wanted to ask about the second half in particular. You already talked about how frustrating it was, especially after San Diego's goal, but then the chippiness of the game. In game, what did the players kind of do to make sure the emotions don't get too high, that somebody doesn't do something and maybe get a red card or do something else, but continue to create chances and stay in the game?
I think it's about cohesion as a team, just communication. Just if you see someone that's a little bit redheaded, I think it's important to go talk to them and be like, hey, we're good, it's good. If someone, a lot of our girls got thrown to the ground pretty harshly, I think it's important to go to them and pat them on the back, ask them if they're okay. Just, feeling that team unity really helps us kind of okay, that frustration, let's keep it out and let's keep our team solid.
Appreciate that. And I also wanted to ask you maybe about the hardest thing you had to do out there on the pitch was try to catch Rose after she scored.
Oh my God.
Did you?
Saw
And
that.
what number player were you to get to her? Because it looked kind of, she took off.
I didn't know where she was going, and I anticipated wrongly. So I think I was probably last. Yeah, she blew past me. That was crazy.
Congrats on the game.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gabby.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you, everyone. Yeah, thanks.